Mic check, testing 1 2 1 2. How my mic sound? Do my mic sound nice? So nice. Yay. What's up with it, Facebook Fizam? YouTube fam? It's your friendly neighborhood partner, Mr. TREE, coming at you live and direct, like I know how to do best. Yes. So we back up in this thing one more again. My Facebook and YouTube friends. About to get on top of this T.I. and Tiny situation. T.I. and Tiny stay buzzing up in the internet. Headlines. Trending, but not for some good stuff per se. So yeah, we about to tap into it. Y'all see the title. I had to word it differently a little bit because, YouTube and Facebook, as soon as they see sex in your title, they want to trip on you, So I had to title it T.I. and Tiny Criminal Allegations. Do you believe they are guilty? So we're going to get some of the people to weigh in on this situation at hand. Yay, we got Zone Talks Lizive up in the hizzle for shizzle. Eli Silva, what's up with it? How you doing? Well, you talking about these honeys on the screen? Hell yeah, they flying. Yay, Ian Top Demand is the motherfucking man. What's popping with you, Playboy? Yeah. So yeah, back to T.I. and Tiny, ladies and gentlemen. There has been allegations brought up against T.I. and Tiny. T.I. and Tiny criminal sex allegations. Do you think they are guilty? That's the topic at hand here, ladies and gentlemen. So we about to dive right up into it, like it's the thing to do. First, we're going to get updated. As you guys probably previously known, T.I. and Tiny has been accused by multiple women of sexual abuse, sex trafficking. I think one of them is assault with a deadly weapon, drugging women, all types of different little allegations that has been brought forth. But I think as of today, there's no criminal allegations. That's what we're about to get into right now, because there's this lawyer out there in Georgia who's trying to get these allegations brought to the DA's office and to the police station so they can charge T.I. criminally. So we about to see him up in the interview, but before then we about to get updated just on the current situation and what's going on. So let me turn this music off. Ian Top Demand say guilty. Damn. Like already. So yeah, let's get brought up to date on all these charges T.I. and Tiny are they facing.
And Tiny's sexual abuse allegations were over, think again. New developments are causing the social media accusations that popped up in January to manifest themselves into a criminal investigation in 2 states, as well as a defamation lawsuit from the whistleblower Sabrina Peterson. Lawyer Tyrone A. Blackburn has officially approached law enforcement.
Okay, so that's the lawyer's name. That's him on the screen right now. Lawyer Tyrone A. Blackburn. He's the lawyer that's representing all these women. It's 11 women, as we know.
authorities in both California and Georgia on behalf of 11 people who say they have been victimized by T.I., his wife Tiny, and their associates. The eerily similar allegations between the 11 victims range from the couple drugging, sexually abusing, and kidnapping them. 4 out of those 11 also accused the couple of rape on 2 instances in both California and Georgia. According to letters submitted by Mr. Blackburn—
Oh, I forgot about that allegation right there. Rape, apparently, too.
These instances have been happening for over the last decade, with the most recent sexual abuse incident happening in 2017 or 2018. Over the years, T.I. has worked to change his public persona after his 2009 federal prison sentence for felony gun charges and his 2010 drug arrest shortly after his release. Since then, T.I. has established himself as a family man and an elder in the hip-hop community. Already, he and Tiny are facing the consequences of these accusations. Here's everything you need to know. Allegations first came to light on January 25th. On January 25th, Atlanta-based entrepreneur and friend of the Harrises, Sabrina Peterson, took to social media to allege that T.I. had once put a gun to her head and threatened to kill her. This was after she got into an altercation with his former assistant, who was, in her words, treating her like a slave. Sabrina wrote on Instagram, "The sad part about being a woman and being a black woman is this: the public praises our predators. Troubleman31, you put a gun to my head in front of children, and I never called the police on you. But for years, you have painted me as the villain." Tiny quickly clapped back in Sabrina's comments to say that if she felt like T.I. was her abuser, why would she let her kids around him? Tiny called for Sabrina to stop harassing her family, and it was also noted that Sabrina has had a sexual history with the couple. The allegations range between trafficking, threats, and rape. After Sabrina posted about her experience, more than 30 women opened up about being sexually assaulted and trafficked by T.I. and Tiny. These women accused the couple of drugging and coercing them to have sex with them and with their close friends. One of the victims noted that she was forced by the couple to have sex with rapper Nelly against her will. Another victim detailed the story about meeting the couple 16 years ago at an NBA All-Star Weekend event. She and her friend met the two in a VIP section when they were both 16 and 15 years old. She said that they were pressured for sex and to take drugs even though it was known that they were underage. The New York Times interviewed at least 5 of the victims who are part of Mr. Blackburn's lawsuit. The Times reported that the women described Tiny and T.I. to be aggressors who deployed drugs, alcohol, money, and their celebrity status to prey on and entrap women for sexual abuse, and then threatened violence against anyone who might speak out. The Times also spoke with family members of the individuals who supported their claims and also reviewed photos or messages that supported their timeline of events. Another victim is an Air Force veteran who said she met the couple in 2005. She believes that her drink had been laced with a drug and she became incoherent and started vomiting. She said that she was raped by both T.I. and Tiny in a hotel room. Mr. Blackburn, who is seeking a criminal investigation on the couple, details that each victim has an eerily similar story about their experience with the Harrises. T.I. has publicly denied the claims. Shortly after Sabrina's initial Instagram post, T.I. made an 8-minute video addressing the allegations, noting that it had been extremely difficult for him to remain quiet.
Now, what we're not gonna do is open up the door to my bedroom, as you shouldn't have to either. Open up the door to my bedroom for everybody to come in, chime in, and make their opinions about what we do and don't do, or should or shouldn't do. But I will say this: whatever we ever have done has been done with consensual adults who into what we into and like what we like. If we want something, we know exactly what we're
into. What we into,
we
like
never
what we
nobody,
like.
we ain't never drug nobody against their will. We ain't never held nobody against their will. We ain't never made nobody do anything. We ain't never trafficked anything.
T.I. wrote that he vehemently denies the allegations. He also made it a point to say that women who have been victimized deserve to be heard, but that evil has no gender. T.I. noted that there were blog sites who were sending in fake stories to Sabrina. He posted a few screenshots to his Instagram to prove his point that some accounts were just looking for some clout. He ended the video stating that his family has had a history of harassment and violence from Sabrina. On January 28th, a spokesperson for the Harrises released a statement calling the allegations egregiously appalling. Mr. and Mrs. Harris want to be on record and, more importantly, want the public to know they emphatically deny in the strongest way possible the egregiously appalling allegations. The Harrises have had difficulty with this woman for well over a decade. They are taking this matter very seriously, and if these allegations don't end, they will take appropriate legal action. Their attorney, Steve Sato, also said, "These allegations are nothing more than a continuation of a sordid shakedown campaign that began on social media. The Harrises implore everyone not to be taken in by these obvious attempts to manipulate the press and misuse the justice system." There are two separate lawsuits surrounding T.I. and Tiny. One was put forth by Sabrina Peterson for defamation along with Shekinah Jones, a hairstylist who has appeared on their reality television series. Peterson says that she has been a victim of defamation, invasion of privacy, and intentional infliction of emotional distress after sharing the stories of the alleged victims online. The other is by a New York-based attorney, Tyrone A. Blackburn. Mr. Blackburn sent letters to both states and federal prosecutors in California and Georgia. According to Mr. Blackburn, none of the 11 women he is representing in the letter knows each other. And according to the New York Times, most of the victims chose to remain anonymous. However, they are prepared to speak with investigators and prosecutors. Mr. Blackburn also clarifies that none of the 11 women included in his letter were among those that Sabrina Peterson posted on her social media. Blackburn implores officials to investigate.
Now, you hear that? That's important. Because T.I. is claiming that this Sabrina Peterson girl, when she made the initial post accusing T.I. of pulling a gun to her head, that's when all the accusations came out about all this sexual torture, rape, abuse, drugging, and different things like that. So the attorney is saying that none of his clients, none of his 11 victims are any of those women that took to social media. Because T.I. in one of his videos, or the video he came out addressing this stuff about, he was saying like, these are fake posts. This person is fake, this person is lying. But he was going off Sabrina Peterson's post. Now the lawyer is saying that none of his victims are any of those women. That's accusing T.I. Got to pay attention to the fine print, the details. Stuff that people overlook.
Investigate T.I. and Tiny and to stop the, quote, stream of depravity being committed. Marvel and MTV have already cut ties with T.I. In light of the allegations since Sabrina posted her story,
Marvel and MTV have already cut ties with T.I. They already unplugging from him. That big juju machine. They already unplugging from the boy T.I. Now I don't know if any of this stuff is true or not. But I will say T.I. has been backwards pimping the whole time. He is partly to blame for himself being in this current situation right now with that backwards pimping he was doing up over there. We're going to break it down, man. I'm going to tell you how T.I. was over there backwards pimping with that sucker, moving like a sucker.
MTV postponed production on their VH1 show, T.I. and Tiny, Friends
Bye
and Family
bye.
Hustle. They said that they would be taking the time to gather more information on the situation. An MTV spokesperson told Deadline, "We are aware of the allegations, and while they are not connected to our show, we have reached out to T.I. and Tamika Harris, as well as local and state officials." And on March 1st, Marvel announced that T.I. would not be returning for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Damn.
According to The Hollywood Reporter, T.I. was never officially a part of the cast, so it is unclear whether his dismissal is related to the new allegations and lawsuits.
Damn, T.I. was about to be in a Marvel movie, Ant-Man. Marvel done unplugged from your boy T.I. That backwards pimping.
Previously appeared in Ant-Man and the Wasp as Dave, a friend to Paul Rudd's Scott Lang, who helped him on his adventures. Both T.I. and Tiny are innocent.
Man, I didn't even know T.I. was in the movie. I do not remember T.I. being in Ant-Man. And I watched both of those movies.
Proven guilty. However, this story is still developing. For more on this and the rest of your news, subscribe to Complex News on YouTube and Instagram.
So we about to hear from the attorney right now. That's him up on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. And he about to break down, I guess, everything they got on T.I.
The names of the women. He wants to know who the witnesses are. He wants to know when the incidents occurred. He wants to know all the evidence. And I refuse to provide that to him because T.I. has a reputation of threatening people. He has a reputation of intimidating people. And I promise these women that I will not expose them to that kind of treatment and behavior from him or from anyone he's affiliated or associated with. So the only people that will know the identities of these women are the authorities. That is the best course to take. That way these women are protected from T.I. and his associates.
Okay, the Jasmine brand.
Hi, Ellie Andrews from the Jasmine brand. I was wondering, what are these women seeking when it comes to them planning to sue?
What they're seeking is justice. That's all they've been seeking this entire time, justice. These women have never put forth a request for money. They've never asked for money. Again, like I said just now, a few seconds ago, Steve Sadow, maybe he misspoke. Maybe he misspoke to the New York Times, because I'll tell you right now, I didn't ask him for $1. And from what I got from the conversations that we had and from the emails, they were very, very interested in killing this story and killing these claims. They didn't want this to get out. And if T.I. and Tiny did nothing wrong, then they should have nothing to worry about. They should want the investigation to go through. They should want the women's stories to be investigated. They should want the authorities to speak to their witnesses, to corroborate that, and to see.
So he's saying T.I. and Tiny's lawyer was offering him hush money to those 11 women who made these accusations towards T.I. and Tiny. That hush hush money, like, can we make this all go away money?
Their stories are corroborated. And if nothing happened, then they have nothing to be worried about.
And when it comes to Shekinah, what are you guys seeking from her?
Well, Shekinah defamed Sabrina Peterson's character. And then 3 days later, she attempted to apologize for it. Not even apologize, but she attempted to walk it back 3 days after. But that's, too little, too late. At the end of the day, you cannot come out saying that someone engaged in sex acts, engaged in sex trafficking, engaged in all these different things when you have zero facts to back that up and you know that you're lying. And that's exactly what she did. She wanted hits, she wanted Facebook likes, she wanted Instagram likes, and she got that. So now she got a lawsuit as well.
And just to confirm, none of these women consented to the sexual acts that were against them.
You can't consent if you're if you were drugged.
Okay.
You cannot consent if someone put Molly into a drink.
Damn, that's how they doing it now. Molly,
from what they told me, was Sprite. He had a kind of Sprite, and he was telling them to drink out of this kind of Sprite. You cannot consent if someone, in the case of Jane Doe 2, which happened in LA, you cannot consent if Tiny spikes Patron and hands you a Patron and tells you to sip this, and then all of a sudden you lose control of your decision-making skills.
And I'm sorry, last question. Moving forward, what does this case look like?
For me, I want this case to be criminally investigated. I want it to be investigated in LA for Jane Doe 2. I want it to be investigated in Georgia for Jane Doe 1 through and Jane Doe's 3 through 6.
Damn.
And I want the prosecutors to do what they do. If they think that criminal charges should be filed against T.I. and Tiny, then that's what needs to happen. And I want all women who have been affected and impacted by T.I. and Tiny to come forward. You do not have to worry about having your identities disclosed. I will not do that. You do not have to worry about having your witnesses' identities disclosed. I will not do that. Come forward, tell your story. It will be provided to the authorities and have them do the investigation.
Thank you so very much.
From AJC.
Hey, Tyrone, it's Stephen Deere from the AJC.
How are you, Stephen?
Good, and yourself?
I'm tired.
Hey, how many, or what were all the jurisdictions that you referred these matters to and for investigation? And do you have any concerns about the publicity that you're generating right now, harming or interfering with any investigation that the authorities might launch?
No, I don't. Which is why I did it the way that I did. I did not.
This lawyer must be brave. Because if T.I. and Tiny got all these gangster connections with getting people touched, per se, this lawyer, he can be touched too, right? It's a brave lawyer.
Identify who the women, who any of these victims are, or survivors, I should say. I don't want to use the word victims. I did not identify who any of these survivors are. I did that, one, to protect them from T.I. and Tiny and their associates, and also to preserve the investigations, and to preserve the integrity of the investigations. I also did not provide any of the witness identifications or any of the evidence that I have to substantiate any of the women's stories. And the jurisdictions, again, it's Los Angeles District Attorney's Office. I sent a letter over to them. I sent it over to the U.S. Attorney's Office, in particular for the trafficking and the trafficking claim, the sex trafficking claim, as well as to the Georgia State AG's office, and they can pass it on to whichever prosecutorial offices within the city of Atlanta if they want to. I know that the federal claims have a statute of limitations for 10 years, and I believe that some of the women still falls within the statute of limitations. I know that the claim for Georgia's state charge for the rape charge is 15 years. And I know that at least 5 of the women fall within that statute of limitation. And well, 4 of the women fall within that statute of limitation. I know that the one for California, I believe that her rape charge still falls within California's statute of limitations as well.
I'm sorry, one follow-up question. Did you refer anything to the Fulton County District Attorney's Office?
I chose not to. And the reason why I chose not to refer it to the Fulton County District Attorney's Office is because I lack confidence.
It's because T.I. worked for them.
In the local authorities, and this for good reason. There was a young man who was 8 years old who had a gun put to his head by T.I. His mother called the police. His mother had, this incident occurred at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. His mother called the police. His mother was 7 months pregnant at the time. His mother went into premature labor as a result of this. T.I. put a gun to the 8-year-old kid's head, to a 6-year-old kid's head, and to a 4-year-old kid's head because he had 2 little brothers with him. He's now in his 20s. I spoke with him and I submitted a FOIA request and I got a copy of the police report. There is nothing in the police report that indicates what occurred on that day, which is very troubling to me. The police report literally says that this was a breaking and entering, a kidnapping, and I believe it's mentioned the battery. No evidence, no investigation occurred, no detail of the accounts, nothing. This kid who is now in his 20s can remember down to the cereal he was eating at the time. Yet and I'm sorry for raising my voice because this upsets me, yet the DeKalb County Police Department had zero record of his account in this statement, and no kind of investigation was conducted.
Y'all hear this shit, ladies and gentlemen? This man said T.I. is kicking down doors, putting guns to little 8-year-old heads, 6-year-old heads, and 4-year-old heads, and a pregnant woman. Little kids eating cereal, and T.I. putting guns to their head. This is crazy.
So I have zero faith in the local authorities doing the right thing. I don't know what T.I.'s relationship is with them, but it seems that something is fishy is going on, and I really want
something is fishy going
federal investigators to take a hold of this case.
A lot of people accuse T.I. of being a paid informant from when he made that little tip video for the police, 1-800-TIP, and he was encouraging people to snitch. There's been a lot of accusations out that, from that point on, T.I. was a paid criminal informant. He was working for the feds.
And if the state can do it, I'll prefer the state speak to the witnesses and to do the investigation that way.
I just one other thing. Do you anticipate bringing civil action as a result of these matters? And if so, what would some of the claims be? And when do you anticipate filing a civil suit, if that's what you intend to do?
Well, right now I'm just focusing on the criminal investigation. My primary focus is to get these women justice. That's it. If we're going to file a civil suit, we will cross that bridge when we get there. But at this point in time, my only focus is getting these women justice, making sure that T.I. and Tiny and their associates are held accountable for the reign of terror that they visited upon these women. You know, these women have suffered immensely throughout the years. The girl that was Jane Doe 1 was in the top 10% of her class, her senior class, when she interned for them. Scholar students, graduates from high school, goes to college and drops out her sophomore year. That makes absolutely no sense. She was addicted to drugs as a result of this as well, fought hard to get her life back, is in therapy, and is continuing to go through therapy right now. Okay? Jane Doe 2 was suicidal as a result of this. Okay? Jane Doe 6 was suicidal as a result of this. Jane Doe 4 was required to go through intense therapy as a result of this. I mean, I can honestly just go. I don't want to go too deeply into this because again, I don't want to.
Man, you already went this deep.
Hinder or hamper any investigations that's forthcoming. But I'll tell you this. This is about.
I guarantee you that the way social media is today, we're gonna know all them witnesses before the trial. It's gonna get real messy, ladies and gentlemen.
Justice. This is not about dollars. This is about making sure
real messy. I guarantee that
they've been longing for so long. This is about getting them what they thought they would not have gotten, but for Sabrina Peterson coming forward and making the claims noticed.
Jennifer has a question from AJC.
Hello there. Thank you for speaking with us. I know you mentioned you're not going into great detail, but I wondered if you could speak in general terms about the nature of the evidence that you have, given that many of these cases do.
Hey, this ain't no damn laughing matter, man. But this nigga Blade, man. Hey, we got the show up in the hills of a shizzle. This nigga Blade. Blaze says, of course their lives wasn't the same. These females experienced a day or two of luxury, then they had to go back to their poverty. Oh, hey, this nigga Blade is something else, y'all. Isn't he? Oh man, this nigga always got me with tears in my eyes, man.
Date back a number of years. Do you have evidence that you could forward to investigators beyond the accounts of the survivors? Any physical evidence or just what are you going to be forwarding to them to aid in the investigation?
I think the New York Times article spelled it out pretty well, because the Times
Blade,
very,
funny.
very thorough with their investigation, and they saw a lot of the evidence that we have, and they spoke to the witnesses. So I'm going to leave it there. I think the Times mentioned the type of evidence that they was privy to, and I'm just going to leave it at the Times and wait for the investigation to start and provide them with whatever else that we have.
Well, and respectfully, as journalists, we all like to do the best we can with our own investigation. And so rather than cite another colleague's report, we'd appreciate if we're able to say, this is the evidence we're told is out there.
Yeah, I mean, you know what, for now, I would prefer to just have the investigators take it from here, and at the appropriate time, whenever they choose to disclose the evidence that the women have, they'll do so. But I'm not willing to share anything additional. And plus, honestly, there's more evidence that the Times did not see, which again, I would want the investigators to take their time with. I don't want in any way to skew the investigation. I just want this to go to take the right course. I've been very, very measured with what I have done so far, and that's it. So.
Hold up, y'all. It's one more video. This is only part 1. It's actually a part 2 to this.
Anything else?
Yeah, I just was looking at the Times account. They mentioned 11 survivors.
Yeah.
You talked about 6. I mean, is 11 accurate?
Yeah. So there are 8 women and survivors who are alleging a myriad of sexual assault allegations against either T.I. or Tiny or one of their associates. The other 3 that is reported there is the young man that I mentioned that was 8 years old, his mother, as well as Sabrina Peterson.
This is a new money grab.
Hey, Tyrone, sorry
Probably
if I missed
Blade.
it. I've been going back and forth doing other things. But do you plan to bring on charges?
Criminal charges? Well, that's up to the prosecutors.
So have you started the process, though, I mean?
Yes, of course, yes. I've sent out letters requesting, providing detailed summaries, a little bit more detailed than I provided you, to 5 prosecutor offices. So again, like I said earlier, the U.S. Attorney's offices for the Northern District of Georgia, Central District of California, the Georgia State AG's office, the California State AG's office, as well as the Los Angeles.
All in LA filing charges on T.I.
And with Atlanta, did they give you any indication that they would be moving forward with some charges?
Well, that's the thing. I don't want to confirm or deny that I've been speaking to any of the investigators. Again, I do not want to hamper the investigation at all. I just want them to do their work, and that's it.
If I can ask a follow-up question regarding the jurisdictions
Sure.
that you indicated that you've contacted the
That's your
Georgia
follow-up
AG's
question.
office, but not local authorities. You mentioned an incident that happened in DeKalb County that you were not satisfied with, but I wondered if you had contacted the Atlanta Police Department and if the fact that there's a new Fulton County District Attorney weighs in your decision at all, whether to consider working with their investigators directly as well.
Yes. I mean, listen, so I have not contacted the Atlanta PD, but I will be more than happy to speak to the new district attorney for Fulton County. I'll be more than happy to reach out to their office, or they can reach out to me, and I'll put them in front of the survivors, and they can take their accounts and start their investigations.
Hi, have any of the survivors or accusers attempted to settle or have a settlement financially or otherwise?
Yes, I'm sorry, Chuck. No, I'm sorry for cutting you off.
Hurry up and cut him off.
The women that I'm representing have not made any financial settlement demands because the demands would have came through me. And again, like I said earlier, Steve Sadal reached out to me. I did not reach out to him. Steve Sadal reached out to me looking to make a deal on behalf of T.I. and Tiny. And I told Steve Sadal that my clients want justice. So if the deal involves Tiny and T.I. turning themselves in and admitting to the crime that they've committed, then fine, we got a deal. But if it does not, then I would prefer to have the investigators do their work and to bring criminal charges against Tiny and T.I. For what they've done throughout the years. And at that point in time, we will assess whether or not
we hear that throughout the years.
Charges. But first things first, there needs to be a criminal investigation.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
It's all related to T.I. Baxter's pimping. I'm gonna get into it. Just letting this little lawyer finish.
Anybody else? Everybody's so quiet.
Okay, if that's all the questions that we have.
I'm sorry, Darren, but one other thing. When did this conversation with Steve Sadow take place?
This has been ongoing. I believe
Steve Sadow, I guess he's the lawyer representing T.I. and Tiny.
he may have reached out to me a few days after Sabrina Peterson first posted my contact information to her Instagram page. So this has been this conversation, the last email that I received from him, I believe was February 11th. And that was before I sent him over the notification that I made these criminal referrals, which I believe occurred on Friday.
And when you told him that the deal would include, any deal would include T.I. and Tiny turning themselves into the authorities, was that something that happened over email, or was that a verbal conversation?
No, it was I spoke to him on the phone, and I just said to him, I said he wanted to know whether or not a deal can be made, and I said to him, well, these women want justice, and he wanted to know the names. He was insistent on learning who the individuals were and what evidence that they had, and he wanted to know who their witnesses were. And I said to him, made it very clear, I will not be exposing these women to you or to your clients. The only people that will know their names will be the investigators, because your client has a reputation of intimidation. Your client has a reputation, I should say, of committing violent acts. And he's threatened some of these women in real time when the incidents occurred. And he's had his staff or his colleagues threaten them. So why would I provide you with their identities so you can intimidate them now again?
Thanks.
And Ellie Andrews from the Jasmine brand again. And just to be clear, T.I., Tiny, nor Shekinah has responded to you guys actually pressing charges, right?
Well, so okay. I think you so Shekinah, T.I., and Tiny's case is being filed in California today. And it's for defamation, and it's being filed on behalf of Sabrina Peterson. They have not said anything about it. Steve has said nothing to me about it. I made a request on behalf of Sabrina Peterson for an apology, from a public apology from Tiny and T.I., and that was it. Shekinah, he represented that he does not represent Shekinah, and that he's not, advocating on her behalf. So they will be served, and they will have an opportunity to respond to the lawsuits, and they can, put forth their defenses. But, everything that they've said is in public, so I'm not sure what they're going to say, but we'll see.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, if we don't have any other questions, I think we could wrap this up.
Okay, so that was the lawyer representing these 11 women who has come forth accusing T.I. and Tiny of all this stuff. But if you notice throughout the interview, it was referred to that these is allegations brought, like I think as further back as like 10 years ago. So that's why I say your boy T.I. has been backwards pimping. You know, I mean, just look at his lifestyle. T.I. got his family out there on Front Street. His family is literally a business. He built his family up. I mean, I commend him for that. Young black man, successful, used to live a street life. You know, out there taking care of his kids. You know, go 100% legit. Got all this family involved in the family hustle. They making money, shaping towards their future and stuff. But with that, you got a responsibility. Now, it's been very known that T.I. has been putting like his sexual business on Front Street. Wasn't no secret that, you know, T.I. and Tiny were swingers, which is cool. You're allowed to do whatever you want to do sexually with consenting adults. That's your business. But that's just it. It should have stayed his business. That's not nothing he should have been bragging and broadcasting about. So that's why I say he was backwards pimping. T.I. and Tiny should move more like they are celebrity couple. They are a power couple per se. They should move more like Beyonce and Jay-Z. I mean, we hear a little stuff about Beyonce and Jay-Z. I think that one time in the elevator where Jay-Z and Beyonce got into it, but that was like the only thing. You know, for the most part, they keep their private life private. So that's why I think T.I. was backwards pimping, because he got responsibility after that point. You know, when he got the spotlight on his whole family, their family business. Forget all that old sex stuff, man. Broadcasting that stuff. Like, what are you trying to prove? Of course you can sleep with a lot of women, multiple women. You're T.I. You know, it's women that put value on that. Dude's having a lot of money, so you get to sleep with him or whatever. That's how some women move. But that's not nothing you should have broadcasted. You got to protect your children and stuff, man, because they the ones that are going to endure all this stuff in the end. So that's why I think T.I. was backwards pimping. Yay, yay. What's up with it, Lady Jane? We got Lady Jane up in the hizzle for shizzo. Shout out to you, Lady Jane. Appreciate the donation. I forgot to say it last show. I don't be checking the cash app until like later on in the nighttime and shit. But I saw you sent the donation last show. Appreciate you. Blaze says, if you really want to keep it private, do all that freaky shit overseas. Hey, that's an option. You know? I just don't get the drug part, man. I don't know what's up with that. They got these date rape drugs out. I guess they say T.I. was putting Molly in the woman's drinks. And I don't know what other date rape drugs there is out there. But I guess it's a few, what Bill Cosby was doing to women back in the day. But I don't know what's up with that, man. Like, you want a woman, when you about to have a sexual experience with a woman, you want her, like, incapacitated, like dead to the world. I don't know what that's about, man. I'm not trying to have sex with no woman that's just, you know, just out of it. She like old limp dead body just laying there. She ain't, you know, responding, ain't moaning, ain't saying my name, ain't calling on God. You know, niggas is weird with that right off the jump, man. Then the woman wake up, she don't know what happened to her, but she knows she been violated, but she can't remember nothing. I just don't understand that old date rape shit, period, man. Like, niggas want to have sexual experiences with, you know, woman. She can't even comprehend nothing. She just dead to the world. Can't talk. Who said shout out to the Me Too lawyer? You said shout out to the Me Too lawyer, forehead gang, Lady Jane. You said if you doubt he was drugging females like that. Said slip some Molly up in there. So that's crazy, man. All the networks been unplugging from T.I. So I wonder if they're going to finally bring criminal charges up against him. I don't never like to jump to conclusions on stories and stuff, so I sit back and watch the show for the most part. I haven't drew no conclusion about this. You know, this about to spill all over social media, so after a while, you'll start to see cracks and holes in people's stories. And then that's when you can make a clear assessment of what's really going on. You said the family hustle is deteriorating, Lady Jane? Sorry about that, y'all. I was rolling up Sticky Icky. This nigga said I'll be riding Tiny while she locked up and have her break me off some paper. The Wanderer said hoes love drugs. Lady Jane said the family hustle is deteriorating. I don't know. I'm just referring to the TV show. I know you mean in general. Yeah, the family hustle it's already deteriorated, and they didn't pull the plug on the money, Lady Jane. But I wasn't really an avid watcher of the family hustle. I tuned in a couple times, but I wasn't like no super fan where, you know, I go out of my way to watch episodes. I've caught it like here and there, just skimming through channels. See Lil King on there. King is funny. But overall, I liked what T.I. accomplished. I mean, even if people painted him as a little criminal informant, I just like what he accomplished overall. You know, how he got his little family, and they was like the hip hop version of the Huxtables. It's pretty dope, you know. The show said he never watched it. Yeah, I caught a couple episodes here and there. Lil King was the funny one, man. Lil King is a superstar. But, you know, I was amazed, you know, it give you like a little inside look at their lives. I was amazed at how many kids they had together. And you see a young black family together. The dad there, he's successful. The mom there, she's successful. The kids is getting into the family business. They successful. That's just something that you like to see. Hell yeah, Google got a moderator team now, Lady Jane. You can't even type freely, man. They will delete your whole motherfucking text. Do you all think T.I. will bounce back from this? Hold on, we're gonna find T.I.'s statement too. Because this was a dumb statement, I think, on his part. Like he said some things in there that he shouldn't have said. Oh, hold on. Let me see this news story.
More people come forward saying rapper Clifford T.I. Harris and his wife Tiny sexually assaulted them.
The Daily Beast says the newest set of accusers join others who say the Atlanta-based couple dropped.
Oh, this just in, ladies and gentlemen, more accusers beside the 11. This just in.
Drugged them and then took advantage of them. CBS 46's Brittany Edney live in Atlanta with the very latest. Brittany.
Will come forward saying rapper Clifford T.I. Harris and his wife Tiny sexually assaulted them.
The Daily Beast says the newest set of accusers join others who say the Atlanta-based couple.
Newest set of accusers. This just out today. This is Atlanta-based news station. This is the newest set of accusers beside the 11 that's already came forward.
Drugged them and then took advantage of them. CBS 46's Brittany Edney live in Atlanta with the very latest. Brittany.
And Rick, we just recently spoke to that attorney's team, specifically getting not only confirmation but brand new details from attorney Tyrone Blackburn, the man who represents multiple accusers against the hip hop couple. I can tell you that he says 6 more potential victims have come forward. This after Blackburn went public and asked authorities in 2 states to start a criminal investigation into the couple. And here's what we just learned about those individuals. Blackburn's team tells me that out of the 6, 5 are women and there's 1 man, and they all were in states either Georgia, California, or Washington State.
Hold up, guys. Pump the brakes. Pump the motherfucking brakes. Said 5 were, hold on, man. We got to rewind that. 5 were women and 1 was a man? Hold on. Let's rewind that a little bit, man. What is the man doing involved? Hold on, man. This shit just getting freakier by the moment, ladies and gentlemen.
Out of the 6, 5 are women and there's 1 man, and they all were in states either Georgia, California, or Washington State, happening between dates in 2008 to 2015. So far, though, Blackburn's team says that he has taken on 1 woman as a new client because he says he was able to collaborate her story, bringing the attorney's client total now to 9 women who allege that they were either assaulted by rapper T.I., his wife Tiny, or a member of their inner circle. Also adding that those women claim they were drugged and raped, and incidents that go back as far as 2005, with many taking place here in Metro Atlanta. He also represents another 3 accusers who allege the celebrities made, quote, terroristic threats against them. Now, I did reach out to the attorney for the Harrises who sent us this statement. It is on your screen. You can take a look. It says, quote, the Harrises continue to deny in the strongest possible terms these groundless and unjustified allegations. When Blackburn finally exposes his anonymous accusers to the light of day by revealing their names, we will be in a position to confront their allegations. Hiding their identities makes it impossible for me to do so now. We fully expect, if the claims are thoroughly and fairly investigated, no charges will be brought. Now, we just received that statement from the Harris's attorney in the past half hour. I can also tell you that T.I. has previously taken to Instagram, of course, saying that it's very hard for him to stay quiet right now, even saying at one point, quote, everything that we have done has been with consensual adults. We'll have more coming up on this story at 6 o'clock. For now, reporting live in Atlanta, I'm Brittany Edney, CBS 46 News.
Now. More people come.
Damn, so that's just in today, March 8th. So I guess, you know how this thing work, y'all. You know, the floodgates open after a while. It'd be all type of accusers.
Anything else?
Coming out, clout chasing.
Yeah, I just was looking at the Times account. They mentioned 11.
Anything else?
Hold on, I'm trying to look for a certain video where T.I. had gave that video statement. I know his lawyers told him, don't say nothing else. But he was in these emotions, I guess, at this time when the story first broke. Instagram. Come on, man. Let me find that Oh, there we go.
Speaks out against allegations made against his wife, Tamika Harris.
Hey, so as y'all could probably guess or imagine, it's been extremely difficult for me to remain quiet in light of all the things that have transpired and all of the egregious allegations that's been tossed around about me and my wife.
So this is when T.I. first took to Instagram and responded about these sexual allegations him and his wife were accused of. Said, do you think T.I. really swing that way? Hey, man, we don't know, man. They were saying a man was involved. So maybe to give T.I. the benefit of the doubt, maybe T.I. is a cuckold. You know, them swingers, they be into stuff like that. They be into cuckoldism. I don't know if you guys know what a cuckold is, but basically, a cuckold is a dude who gets off watching another man pound his girl. So to give T.I. the benefit of the doubt, T.I. could be a cold cuckold. You know, he likes seeing Tiny get pleasure by women and men. So maybe they drugged old boy, you know, and made him fuck Tiny. I don't know. You said, Blaze said it's only a matter of time before Tiny breaks. I don't think Tiny breaking, man. I think Tiny is down like 10 toes. She 10 toes down. She super down. But then again, she could, man. Could be that pressure that's built up. You never know. If she faced with a lot of jail time, she could flip on T.I. because snitching is the new thing. Snitching is very popular, thanks to Tekashi 6ix9ine. You know, if you snitch nowadays, people praise you. Lady Jane says it seems like black men always are quick to be labeled down low. Well, shit, I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt, Lady Jane. You know, that's why I say the boy could be a cold cuckold. You know, how many of you fellas into that cuckoldism? Huh, fellas? What if T.I. hit you with an inbox, man, and said, man, I want you to fuck the shit out of Tiny? Type a 1 on the screen if you would take that invitation. And type a 2 on the screen if you wouldn't. That's a question for the fellas. Fellas, if T.I. inbox you, hit you up on Instagram, Facebook, your email, whatever social media site you on, if he sent you an inbox message and you knew like this is really T.I. because it came from his verified account. And if Trouble Man hit you up and say, man, check this out, player. You know, my wife been checking you out and shit, and you know, I want you to beat her pussy up. Type a 1 on the screen if you would take that invitation, and type a 2 on the screen if you wouldn't. I'm cool as a fan. I'm gonna go ahead type my 2. You know, I'm cool in the gang on that. King Blaze says, give me $250K in a Molly and I'll flip Tiny like a Sunday flapjack. My nigga Blade. My nigga King Blade. He said, give me 250K, man. Yeah, T.I. could be a cold cuckold, man. But yeah, we got a T.I. Statement on the screen. I think he was a sucker for making this video #1. But he just like bragging about some dumb shit up in there. You know, talking about they don't traffic women, but he was insinuating like, you know, he's a drug trafficker. The only thing he traffic is drugs. And like, dude, you're a little family dude on TV, man. Play your motherfucking part. This is backwards pimping once again, ladies and gentlemen.
But it's a reason for that. In light of all the things that have transpired and all of the egregious allegations that's been tossed around about me and my wife. But it's a reason for that. And I don't mind sharing it. You see, if a person does not have any right to criminally or civilly have you in court, they have no right. The best thing they could do is get you for a defamation suit, drag you in court, make you pay their legal bills, to get you in court. Now, I mean, at this point, man, it's at the point where that don't.
Hey, you know what position Tiny is in right now, Blade? Tanya off what's it called? Ghost and Power. That's who Tiny is right now. That's what position she in right now.
Don't even matter to me no more, okay? But that's the motive, that's the strategy, that's the intention. Say a whole bunch of false stuff about you that get people to believe and make them come out and say, they're a liar, they're a liar, they're a liar. And then they can say, see, they call me a liar. That's defamation. Then they drag you in court, get you under oath and all that. Because unfortunately right now, it doesn't matter as much what they can prove you did. It matters what you can prove you didn't. You know what I mean? And that's just an unfortunate place that our society has made it to. But I want to be clear about one thing. Women who have been victimized deserve to be heard. Women, black women in particular, should be supported, protected, defended, and uplifted. However, evil has no gender. People with evil intentions have no gender. A threat comes in all shapes and sizes. I would never treat a woman the same way I would treat a threat. All right? So I think that has to be distinguished. First and foremost, I want to say my wife is a beautiful person with an amazing spirit and a kind heart. She's a devoted mother, and she has a humble soul.
Humble soul.
She don't deserve it. She don't deserve it. Now, what we not going to the door to my bedroom, as you shouldn't have to either. Open up the door to my bedroom for everybody to come in and chime in and make their opinions about what we do and don't do or should or shouldn't do. But I will say this. Whatever we ever have done has been done with consensual adults who into what we into and like what we like.
Hey, that part cracked me up right there. What we ever done has been done with consensual adults who like what we like, who into what we into. But they into some super freaky stuff, so they say, allegedly.
If we want something, we know exactly where to go to get it. We ain't never forced nobody. We ain't never drugged nobody against their will. We ain't never held nobody against their will. We ain't never made nobody do anything. We ain't never trafficked anything. Well, truly trafficked anything.
See?
I ain't never nobody. Never nobody. Also, I'm truly trafficked anything. I ain't never nobody. Never nobody. Also, I'm gonna tell you what's factual. Tell you what's factual. There have been fake stories put up that blog sites anonymously sent to this person. Blog sites anonymously sent fake stories to this person, and the person posted it as though it was a victim, that they were sure that it was a victim and it has been victimized. And what this does is it dismantles the mechanism that women have created for themselves. You can't weaponize something with baseless claims. These are not stories of actual events. They're not. And I have proof of that. And that's why I said it. I have proof of that. I have proof of people who have gone on live with this person and they later said, man, I just wanted some clout. That's why I can't believe they actually posted it. I just wanted some clout. So this is what we're dealing with, man. This is what we're dealing with. And also, I pose you a question. How you gonna be a victim and an attacker at the same time? How are you being victimized if you are violently attacking someone? Women who have been victimized deserve to be heard. They deserve to feel comfortable and confident. They deserve to feel supported. And that's supposed to get them to a place where they can show their face and say, this is what happened to me. This is who did it. And so the necessary steps can follow. This is not that. This is not that.
So this is not that at all.
I also want you to know it's evil at play. I'm talking about evil. I'm talking like, evil. And there's been a history. We've had a history in dealing with the particular individual in question. We've had a history of it, man. Had a history of it. And there is a record of pattern behavior like this. A history of harassment. Not, I'm talking about, listen, this is not my opinion. I'm just saying what's on record. A history of violence on record.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And we can't just, weaponize social media to take down people who have families and who communities depend on. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about who have done everything that they can to uplift and help to evolve our communities. We can't tear our people down like that. And this has taught me a lot. But one thing I know, man, I will not be bullied. I am not afraid. I am not ashamed. And and the truth will be revealed, man. But until then, man, hey, listen, man, any woman out there who's going through things, who have gone through things, if you have a story, and you should come forward. You should, but don't lie, because that tear the whole vehicle down. Don't lie. Don't lie. The truth is what needs to be heard. The truth. And I can deal with the truth all day. But at some point, man, it has to be some sort of, it got to be something that happens if you come and make baseless claims that are false about somebody that have a negative impact on them, their livelihood, or their freedom.
Everything.
Something got to be done about that. But I was built for this. I was born to be in this position.
What?
I was born to be in this position, to face pressure.
Look here, man. I ain't never born to be in no position where numerous women is accusing me of sexual allegations, criminal sexual allegations. I ain't never ever been born for no position like that.
And sit in the fire so it benefits others in the future. I was born to be in this position. God put me here for this. So whatever evil has been conjured up to come against me, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. But man, I got a lot of love for everybody who's been calling me, who's been in support of me and my wife.
You got a lot of support, man, too. He got
We'll be back to doing us, man, sooner than later. You dig what I'm saying? Love.
I looked on his Instagram when he made this video. There's a lot of celebrities supporting him because they think all these sexual allegations are a money grab, which is very common in today's time. People will make up a whole story about your ass just for the profit, because you're able to monetize, these stories, these lies per se, and make a profit off of them. You're able to use it as clickbait. So I don't know, man. That's my final verdict on the situation. I don't know. I'm gonna have to just sit back and follow the story and see what happens. But I do think T.I. was backwards pimping by being real vocal about his sex life, period.
Some amazing individuals. Hey, how you doing?
Now this is the girl right here, Sabrina Peterson. This how this whole cat got out the bag from a post that she made about T.I. and Tiny, and T.I. putting a gun to her head. And you remember what that lawyer said, man? T.I. showed who got a history of allegations of putting guns to people's heads.
Speak light on something and how weird people are. First of all, never said that your husband was an abuser, okay? Because he couldn't abuse me. Let's just be clear. He abuses you. Let's be clear on that, okay? Let's be clear on that. He abuses you.
Damn.
Your husband could never abuse me. So that's never a comment Sabrina used, okay? Let's be clear on that. Number two, me speaking about what I experienced is my experience, okay? Okay? Your husband put a gun to my head after me looking out for you on several occasions. You are the battered woman. I'm saying you're the woman that's always somewhere crying. You're the one that's always being cheated on. You're the one, but you the one that wants to go run to your friends and tell them what he did wrong in X, Y, and Z. And I was so young, I did not know. I didn't know to not listen to a woman when she...
This brings validity to what Blade earlier expressed about Tiny cracking. About turning state's evidence on T.I. According to this girl, T.I. been cheating the whole time. Tiny been running to her crying. She was that friend for Tiny to lean on. She offered Tiny her shoulder. And also her pussy, because apparently she was Tiny's and T.I.'s fuck buddy too. She's been having numerous sexual experiences with them for the last 10 years.
She's going crazy and crying about her relationship. The only thing I knew is that my friend was going through X, Y, and Z, and I jumped the fuck in like the dumbass I was.
You was that
but
shoulder,
the facts
huh?
do remain the same. And if so I've let this go because it's so freaking old. This is so old, but this is a part of my trauma. This is a part of my truth. This is so old that he went on to make songs about it and so forth and so on. That same silver gun that was on the table when he was arrested, that one silver revolver with the long nose on it was the gun that he put to my head, screaming, "Bitch, I'll kill you, bitch, I'll kill you." So my PSA today is about me speaking about my past trauma, what I went through. That's my truth. That is my truth. Your daughter was there to witness it. His sister Precious, rest in peace, was there to witness it. And many other children. I was actually, while you were in the hospital.
I was just about to say that. The show had brought up earlier that T.I. wrote a song about this stuff that's going on right now. And this lady just confirmed it.
After you lost the child, I left the hospital and took my money to go throw your child a birthday party. And this is where it happened at. So don't paint me to be something that I'm not.
Wait a minute, Sabrina. You took your money. This is the family hustle now. You know, this is Trouble Man, Millions. The rubber band man. This nigga got rubber. He got all types of money and rubber bands around, thousands and thousands of dollars, bricks of money. You understand me? Man had been in all types of big screen movies. And you sitting here telling us you had to go pay for one of his kids' birthday parties? Well, damn.
Don't ever even say that's the problem. He was on probation. I never once called the police on him. I never once started a case. And as far as my child knowing him, your children call me, your daughter calls me auntie. So as far as my child taking a picture with him
Auntie
and me saying that's his uncle and X, Y, and Z, that was 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago. My child has never been in a private.
Auntie Bree to the rescue. Came over there and saved the day. Because she claimed T.I. ain't did nothing for one of his kids' birthdays. I find that hard to believe, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I too much ain't into the whole T.I. and Tiny thing. Like, I ain't even really watched the reality TV show but a couple of times. But from what I was seeing, them little kids was living good.
Setting with him at all. Let's be clear on that. But the horrible part about it all is victim shaming. It's one thing to go through what you go through in life, but it's so painful when people will come back and try to make it sound like you did not go through what you went through. No woman in a right mind. The statute of limitations is up. He can't go to jail for what he did to me. But at the end of the day, my truth is my truth. What I lived is what I lived. And no one can discount that. No one can discount the amount of time it took me to get over that trauma. If you ever had a cold pistol put to the side of your head with pressure to it, you would know. I don't care if it's 10, 20, 30 years later. That's something you will never forget. You will never forget that moment of someone threatening and pushing a gun, a cold gun, against your face and your head, saying, bitch, I'll kill you, bitch, I'll kill you. I don't care how many years ago it happened. It happened. That's what happened to me. And I'd be damned if anybody tries to say I'm speaking on something for clout or this and third. I don't need any clout for something that A, I didn't sue him for, and B, I didn't get him arrested for. I thought in my character at that young age I was at, that was me being down, knowing someone was on paperwork, knowing someone had a family and X, Y, and Z, not to sue them, not to go to the police on them. I think it speaks more to my character to move forward and try to move on. But for me to speak on my truth and to actually say what happened to me, I'm not doing anyone a disservice at that. I'm speaking on my truth. The same way my truth is that I went to prison. The same way my truth is that I used to dance. The same way my truth is that I'm a single mother. That is my truth. I pray that today, every single woman that has
T.I. Tip. my nigga, you need to leave these strippers alone, man. These strippers / escorts. You need to leave them women alone, my nigga.
As a fabric or a fiber of her truth that may not sit well with how people want to idolize people, I pray that you stand up in your truth. But the part that's disheartening and more hurtful than anything else is that the woman that I stood for, the woman that the quote unquote friend whose back I had, is now turning around and saying the things you're saying. You're disgusting. You're a disgusting individual. You are disgusting. Don't ever let loyalty kill your moral compass. Don't ever let money kill the person you are within. Don't ever let that happen. You know what happened. I know what happened. And I don't understand how you got these.
What are you talking about, Blade? I just said maybe you need to rewind it, my nigga. She just told the whole story how she just went and provided for one of T.I.'s kids their whole birthday party. I just said I think she lying. What are you talking about, man?
These big old balls of steel, because you know me. You know me. More than you know me, you know me. And I'm the smallest bit of your worries. Your worries need to be because my voice has spoke up. Many women will follow. That's what you need to be worried about today. Don't worry about me. I'm outside the statute of limitations. I don't need nothing from you. But my truth is my truth. My truth, what happened to me, my pain, my trauma.
Tell this nigga, Blade, Sabrina, Auntie Bree Bree. Blade, Auntie Bree Bree said her truth is her motherfucking truth, nigga. You understand me? So let Auntie Bree Bree speak her truth.
What I'm experiencing right now, these are all my truth.
This is her truth, my nigga.
And regardless of how you want to look at it, how you want to spin it, how you want to say it, who you want to protect, who you want to cover up, this is the problem. This is a problem. A real problem. You know what happened. I know what happened. He knows what happened. So don't sit around. What you won't do on top of everything else is you won't lie on me. We're going to go truth for truth. Truth is, Clifford Harris put a gun in my head. Truth is, I didn't have a weapon. Truth is, I didn't call the police on him. Truth is, I didn't sue him and I could have. Truth is, I never spoke about this on the many times I could have spoke about it. That's the truth. That's the truth. And regardless of what anyone says, take a moment and put a cold gun to your fucking temple and recite to yourself, bitch, I'm gonna kill you, bitch, I'm gonna kill you. And
Damn.
You see if you ever.
The other two men, still to this day, I don't know who those two men were.
So where was Tip when all this was happening?
He was in a room on the other side of us. So it was like a hall. And it was, okay, so you know how an apartment building is like 3 different halls, like the build of an apartment building, where it's like a hallway in different apartment buildings.
Okay, so this is Sabrina talking to one of these so-called accusers. Who has accused T.I. of sexual assault. This is her on Instagram Live with one of the ladies who have made this accusation.
It was like we were in one room, but I was waiting on the other two men. Still to this day, I don't know who those two men were.
So where was Tip when all this was happening?
He was in a room on the other side of us. So it was like a hall. And it was, okay, so you know how an apartment building is like 3 different halls, like the build of an apartment building, where it's like a hallway in different apartment buildings. It was like we were in one room, but I was waiting on Tip. Like I was supposed to be singing for him, giving him my demo. I was supposed to be meeting him.
Did he know that? Did he see you take a drink, or did you ever encounter him at all?
So on the way out, it was like I met him, but I didn't get a chance to like sit and fully talk with him. But you know, him and the guy did like a high five, and he was like, "Y'all wild," and
he said, "Y'all wild."
Yeah.
After they raped you, who said y'all wild?
Tip.
How old were you when this happened? Like, what year was this?
I was 16, and this was, I want to say, was it 2011? I know because the only reason I know it was 2011, and Tip had just, I think he just got out of jail, or he was just about to go to jail. One of those. Because I remember the guy talking about it.
That they, you got paid and you had to sign something?
Yeah, so basically to shut up, the dude paid me $12,000. I had to sign a paper, but I signed the paper like drunk still. So I signed the paper, and I didn't have a way back home. The dude was supposed to pay for my way back home. So I wound up having to call my mom. And my mom actually flew to Atlanta, and they made my mom sign the paper. But the guy explained to me that the paper was just because I was around such a high profile celebrity. Anything that happened with that, so like surrounding that celebrity, I couldn't talk. So he made me and my mother sign the paper.
Anything else you want to say? Like, anything else you want to say? Like,
no, I just try to let this go. Like, this I'm 26 now, so I tried to let this go. But these people is really like animals. Like, they not who they say they are at all, and it's just a shame. And just Sabrina, with you alone, like I'm seeing all of this stuff happen, and these people don't believe you, and it's like, they don't know who these people are behind closed doors. Like, these people ain't who they supposed to be.
Did you ever bring to his attention that this happened to you that day?
No, I never. No. But I did talk to the guy, Brandon, afterwards, and he told me that it's a good image or a good look for me to say I had somebody like him. And basically, if I spoke out, like, it'll ruin my business. Like, it'll ruin me.
I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm sorry that me bringing up what I brought up has opened up wounds for so many people. The young lady who, dealt with the kidnapping, she's coming on live in a minute. You and, like, I know a lot of y'all are scared to speak out and all this kind of stuff, but, like, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
It's like these people, because they such high profile celebrities, it's like these people is animals, man. Like, and people don't believe it because we normal folk, like, we regular people. So they make it seem like, oh, she doing this for clout, or she doing it. Who the hell gonna lie about rape? Like, I was 16, they drugged me.
I'm sincerely sorry. Like, this happened to you, like, and I'm just.
She never got into the specifics, though.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be quiet, because if I would have spoke when I should have spoke, if I would have called the police on that day, you understand that? If I would have did what I was supposed to do then your situation of losing your virginity to rape.
You're not going to think to call the police because, for one, the police, like...
This is my first time hearing this, ladies and gentlemen. I was over here multitasking, but I was still listening, trying to follow the story. But if I recall correctly, because I was reading the chat on the screen and stuff, formulate different ideas. So I wasn't really zeroed in on her, but if I remember correctly, I mean, I was still listening. She said that she was sitting in the room waiting for Tip, and he's supposed to rap, or she's supposed to sing for him and stuff, perform. And somehow she came into the hallway. He didn't come in the room, but he came out, high-fived some other dude and left. And then she never really got into no specifics. Maybe I gotta listen to it again, man. But it's still more. Let's listen to what she got to say. Maybe she'll give us some details about when she was actually with Tip. Because she's saying they drugged me. Who is they? Him and Tiny? Because she didn't mention Tiny there. She specifically said they drugged me. So she talking about what some other dudes with Tip that was involved in this rape?
How these people are, and I know a lot of people gonna be, oh, why did they call the police? Her mom was there, or why didn't they do this? It's not that simple when you're dealing with these kind of people. It's not that simple. These people are like master manipulators. They will make it seem like they'll ruin your whole entire life, and these are millionaires. I'm broke. I'm the girl from the project that was just trying to make, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make some of herself. I'm not no damn millionaire. So if a millionaire tell me I'm going to ruin you and your family, and I'm the breadwinner for my family, my mama got stage 4 cancer. So at 16, I've been taking care of myself and my family since I was 16 years old. So of course, if they tell me, oh, I'm going to ruin you, or I'm going to do this to you, or I'm going to do that, you're not going to think, let me call the police, because you're going to think, I got to eat, I got to feed my family, I got to do this. These people going to cause hectic. I can't afford to go to war with them.
And that's exactly what I did after what happened to me. I went to war with them. That's exactly what I did. It took me years to get to this space, to even just be able to say, you know something, this happened to me, and you know, and it was by no stretch of imagination rape, but
well, stop saying it happened to you then.
Nonetheless,
I was just about to say that, Sabrina. You saying this is happening to you? You trying to identify with these other women who have accused T.I. and Tiny of raping them, drugging them, and your situation wasn't even like that. You accusing T.I. of putting a gun to your head. You was a willing participant in their sexcapades. And there's all types of rumors going out. People talking about how you have feelings for Tiny and just some old lesbian fatal attraction stuff going on. Some old three-way stuff.
I'm saying a violation of me. A violation of my life. And so
from that day forward, I've never taken another drink in my life. Like, that day changed me, even still as an adult. Like, I've never taken it. I don't.
Another woman that's a kidnapping victim, she her husband got kidnapped. She's still moving. 13 years later, she's still packing up and moving from place to place, living in fear.
Yeah, these people were scared of shit. People don't understand.
Her husband got kidnapped. Yeah, that's what we're trying to find out, George Garcia. What's up with you?
And these people were scared of hell.
Trying to find out where's the evidence.
Like, the way they threaten you, they bring out all this paperwork. Just picture being a young girl that's just trying to make something of herself, and these people do something so wrong to you, just violate your whole existence as a human being. And then they throw these papers at you. Don't do this, I'm gonna ruin you. Don't say this, I'm gonna do this to you. Or, it's a good look for you to do this with me, and I'm just this big guy, or I'm this person, I'm gonna end you, I'm gonna destroy.
Hey, you gotta come on the panel and click it, Blade, because it'll switch up my monitors over here on my phone. Oh, all right, hold on.
For you, and as a whole, as a person, and you the main, provider of your family, like, you not gonna jeopardize that. You gonna swallow it.
Did you leave Atlanta after that?
Did I leave who?
Atlanta. Are you still you still in that area, or are you in a different area?
No. I've never lived in Atlanta. I got flown to Atlanta and was supposed to get flown back.
Mm.
So it was a business, and it wasn't like, because I know people gonna try to make it seem like, oh, she flew to Atlanta to meet this guy, to do this, to do that. No, it was not that. I was specifically supposed to meet Tip. I was a singer. I was supposed to meet Tip, give him my demo. I just was trying to do what I thought was my calling, like sing. I just wanted to be an artist.
Well, I'm gathering, like, facts and information from a lot of different places that a lot of people are reaching out to me, and I'm not gonna stop speaking.
Please don't. We need you. When I tell you, when I was in your live earlier and I was shaking because I knew it. I knew you were telling the truth. I couldn't have been the only person. And it didn't specifically happen with Tip. It wasn't like Tip didn't do anything to me, but his circle did, and he knew about it, and he didn't help me. As this activist, as this strong black activist, and you just love black people, how could you know that this man is doing this to a 6? I was a minor. How could you know that that was happening to me and not help me? I'm 26 and it still hurts to this day. I'm 26.
And you're sure he knew?
I'm sure he knew.
Mm-mm-mm.
George Garcia says, they always talking and talking and alleging things happen, but where's the evidence? Well, from the looks of it, oh shit. Damn, did I unplug my shit? Hold on, y'all. From the looks of it, they trying to file criminal charges against T.I., George. So I guess when this all gets brought to court, that's the time they'll present their evidence, if they got any. But we shall see. But that was the first time I heard that phone call.
The other two men, still to this day, I don't know who those two men were.
So where was Tip when all this was happening?
He was in a room on the other side of us, so it was like a hall, and it was. Okay, so you know how an apartment building is like 3 different halls, like the build of an apartment building, where it's like a hallway in different apartment buildings. It was like we were in one room, but I was waiting on Tip. Like I was supposed to be singing for him, giving him my demo. I was supposed to be meeting him.
Did he know? Did he see you take a drink, or was he? Did you ever encounter him at all?
So on the way out, it was like I met him, but I didn't get a chance to like sit and fully talk with him. But you know, him and the guy did like a high five, and he was like, "Yo, wild," and he's.
Okay, so now that I've replayed it, man, if you hear her whole breakdown, her account, and she kept saying they, she never had no actual encounter with T.I. other than him being in the hallway. And she was saying she couldn't remember the 2 guys' names. So I guess that's the 2 guys she accusing of the actual sexual assault. She specifically said Tip was in another room, but when these guys came out the room, Tip gave them the high five. Tip came out that other room and they met up in the hallway, and Tip gave him a high five and said, "Y'all wild." That's what he said to the dudes, "Y'all wild." So how was this sexual? How's she claiming T.I. did anything, man? Listen, we finna bring it to the beginning, man. So I was confused.
Still to this day, I don't know who those two men were.
Said still to this day. This is how the video starts off. Still to this day, I don't know who those two men were.
The other two men, still to this day, I don't know who those two men were.
So where was Tip when all this was happening?
Where was Tip when all this was happening?
On the other side of us. So it was like a hall. And it was, okay, so you know how an apartment building is like 3 different halls, like the build of an apartment building, where it's like a hallway in different apartment buildings. It was like we were in one room, but I was waiting on Tip. Like I was supposed to be singing for him, giving him my demo. I was supposed to be meeting him.
Did he know? Did he see you?
Man, so, well, I guess she blaming T.I. This is T.I.'s fault because she was there initially to meet him, and she was waiting on him to sing and perform for him. And some of his homies, I guess, took advantage of her. That's not T.I.'s fault, man. If that's what some of the women are alleging, man, which could very well have went down, because sometimes you be having some foul niggas around you who take advantage of the situation, and this go down a lot. You hear a lot of groupie stories about, you know, women having to fuck their way to the top, per se. You know, I'm gonna just grab a hypothetical rapper. Say, for instance, Drake. And, you know, Drake got his entourage around, niggas that actually kick it with Drake, right? And there's these women, you know, who want to get to Drake. You know, Drake is their sexual fantasy or whatever. And, you know, they groupies, super fans, fanatics. They want to get to Drake. They want to have sex with Drake. So, you know, his boys, the niggas around him, will use that to their advantage. They'll tell these women, if you want to holler at Drake, you know, you got to suck me off first. And lo and behold, a lot of these women do that type of stuff. So it's not foreign what she's talking about. You hear them type of stories all the time when these rappers and these rock and roll dudes be telling their little road stories and stuff about groupies. How all they homeboys get pussy just because they connected to the certain rapper or rock and roll star. Yeah, man, it's looking like this girl is blaming, but you see how the internet got it twisted? This is labeled as another victim comes out accusing T.I. and his team of sexual assault. But this really ain't got nothing to do with T.I. if he wasn't in the room when it went down.
Take a drink, or did you ever encounter him at all?
So on the way out, it was like,
Look, old girl leading her too. She's like, yeah, did you ever encounter T.I.? I wanna talk to some women who actually been around Tip, who kicked it with that nigga, who done sniffed some cocaine with this nigga, allegedly.
like I met him, but I didn't get a chance to like sit and fully talk with him. But you know, him and the guy did like a high five, and he was like, "Y'all wild," and
he said, "Y'all wild."
Yeah.
After they raped you, who said y'all wild?
Tip.
How were you when this happened? Like, what year was this?
I was 16, and this was, I want to say, was it 2011? I know because the only reason I know it was 2011, and Tip.
You said they got a whole documentary on what, Jane? George says, I like T.I. He's a cool rapper. He don't do none of that gangster rap BS. Yeah, I seen an Instagram link, Blade. I played that on my last show. That's where T.I. was showing, like, you know, there was evidence of people using this situation as clout, which is gonna happen too. What type of evidence is needed, do you think, they allowed those victims to have a photo shoot after the event? That's a good question, Lady Jane. I don't know. They should have some old text messages and stuff. So this remind me of Dave Chappelle, R. Kelly skit. George Garcia says, I like T.I. He's a cool rapper. He doesn't do none of that gangster stuff. She says she's contradicting herself. See, you just can't blame somebody because you was there to meet the guy and some shit went down. True. Hey, that's true, George. Nah, I didn't know they had a whole documentary. I was just scrolling up, reading some of the messages and stuff. Hey, I appreciate all the input and stuff. So I thought this was very interesting. You know, watching another young black successful man. His empire is crumbling right before our eyes. And like you said, you know, just to recap what I was saying earlier, I think T.I. was a sucker and he was backwards pimping. Meaning that he should have kept his whole sex life a secret. Private. You know, but T.I. and Tiny used to brag about their threesomes, or, you know, let it be known that they invite a lot of women into their bedroom. And I guess T.I. thought that was like cool, not realizing the power that he yields, the position that he in. So that's why I think he was backwards pimping at. That's where I think he went wrong. That should have been nobody's business, which gives all these accusations validity, per se. Because now just think about it. Like I said, they should have been more like Jay-Z and Beyonce. Now just think about if these accusations came out towards J and B. Motherfuckers would be like, man, get out of here, man. Because we don't know about their bedroom escapades. We don't know about what's going on in their bedroom, or if they like threesomes, or if they've been with this woman, this woman, you know. We don't know none of that. They never insinuated none of that. So right away, the public would probably be like, man, get out of here with that. You clout chasing. And like I say, T.I., you know, his family is a business now. He got his kids out there on Front Street. And Front Street, I mean, where the public has access to them through all these various social media sites. So then you got a double responsibility on how you conduct yourself as a man. Because like whatever you do, mother and father, it reflects on your children. Yeah, keep your sex life to yourself. That ain't nobody's business, George. That part. So I think that's where he kind of messed up at. That's giving validity to all these current accusations that's going on with him right now. And you know how the internet is they gonna take it and spin it. People gonna be making up stuff. And you see these major networks and already unplugged from T.I. They like, uh-oh. Finna stop your income. Now they messing up the money. You know? T.I. had that generational wealth going on for his kids and stuff. You know, Young King probably would have had his own reality TV show after a while. All his kids, they would have been getting into stuff like certain entrepreneurships, starting their own business. It's like a trend with these celebrities' kids and stuff. You see Kylie Jenner and all, you know, the Kardashian, all the little girls, they billionaires now. From starting their little products and stuff. So now that's all messed up. Because the cold thing about it, people just gonna remember this. I mean, it hit early February. Then it died down a little bit because we live in times where there ain't no more 15 minutes of fame. It's like 5 seconds. Then we be on to the next thing. But this right here, this finna stick around a little bit. This story right here got some staying power. You see that, it's just more victims coming out. But you groupies, you can't just be coming up telling no groupie story about how you let some niggas trick you just because you saw them hanging around T.I. You like, oh girl, I can get you to meet the nigga. You know how to sing and shit? Yeah, I can give him your demo, girl. Just come into this room right here. And then whatever go down, go down. Then you violate it. Which ain't your fault. But if it's not T.I. directly and Tiny directly, man, go tell that story about them brothers who actually physically violated you. Oh, the show says T.I. had come out about his sex life because they were trying to extort him, saying that they was going to go public. Well, damn. There it is. And I always try to place myself in, before I try to cast judgment or my opinion about a situation, I like to place myself in their shoes per se. Damn, what I would have done. So the show just revealed that T.I. had come out about his sex life because I guess he was having all these sexcapades with all these ladies. And they had evidence per se on him. They if you don't pay us such and such amount of money, Tip, we gonna come out with all this stuff. So Tip came out with it. He beat him to the punch. Yeah, man, me and my wife, we high level swingers. We invite a lot of women in our bedroom. And that just is what it is. So these women didn't have no power against T.I., right? Now I got to place myself. Like I said, I like to place myself in T.I. shoes. And where I say he messed up at is the type of woman he chose to indulge with. Blaze said something earlier that would have been probably a good chess piece for T.I. to move on the board, since he's this super horny ass nigga that just need multiple pussies besides his wives. He should have been messing with women not in this country, women from other countries, which he has the power to do. He shouldn't have been messing with these ratchet ass, hood rat ass strippers. He should have been messing with a professional woman per se in that line of business who gonna keep it business. He messing with these Atlanta strip club women who gonna turn around and extort him up in the end. Now, see, that's what if I was in his shoes, I would have been messing with the, I just had to have, like I say, multiple pussies besides my wives. I would have been messing with overseas women. And if he just, just wanted to mess with sisters, they got black women in London, or he could have went to Uganda. Had him some real African pussy. From the roots. The show said, you said the key word, bro, professional escorts. Yeah, man. There's a certain way you gotta move, man. When you become a man of stature, of high level. You gotta move in silence and know that your moves, especially if you're in the public eye, that your moves affect your loved ones. And you got your loved ones in the public eye. So it was his choice of woman that he chose to mess with. Blade says they had all the bad females in the... Yeah, he could have went to the Dominican Republic, man. He stayed right up in the ATL messing with these strip club girls. And they super clout chasers. So, with that being said, there's a high probability that all this could be a clout chase, per se, because I know if these was all strippers he was messing with, per se, then yeah, they could be trying to set the nigga up, man. But that's his bad for messing with that choice of woman. Show bad again, T.I. That's that backwards pimping, man. I'm trying to give you some of this raw and uncut Cali game, my nigga. I don't know how they do it out there in Georgia, man. But apparently, man, your OGs out there ain't laced your boots real tough. So I'm trying to kick you with some of this West Coast gang. You understand me? So you'll know how to move from here on out, my nigga. Cause you definitely one of them, I gotta have multiple pussy problems, nigga. You diagnosed with that right there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to teach you how to move on this chessboard, man, because there's options out there for you. You got many options too, my nigga. But you just wanted to be lazy. That's where you fucked up at, because you thought you was just trouble man. Anybody can be touched. Yeah, look at Blade. Blade the one give you the real game, though. I can't take credit for that. Blade is the one who set the chess piece out there. I'm not just gonna pat myself on the back, and Blade is from the motherfucking West Coast. He said, man, yeah, you should have got you some overseas women, man. Blade tell you, look it, man, this is raw and uncut. Tip, when you see this, my nigga, man, screenshot this right here. Nigga, the nigga Blade said he could have went to the Caribbean, Central, and South America, Asia, Germany, etc. Click, click. Yeah, Tip. Screenshot that, man. Yeah. Or there's another theory. The show just said when you work with the feds, you work with them for life or else. Maybe T.I. thought he was untouchable. So I'm gonna tell you something about these CI undercover federal agent ass niggas. These niggas who are initially criminals, or they start out as a criminal and then they flip and they turn and they become like a government informant. Maybe a CI, a criminal informant, to the feds or the police, and they be let, back out into the public to intermingle with, different criminal entities, but they be feeding that information back to the feds and to the police and to the motherfucking DA. I mean, them type of niggas right there, they think they invincible. Their ego become like super swelled up because they thinking like, well, shit, I can't go to jail because, nigga, I work for the niggas that put motherfuckers in jail. While I'm out here still committing criminal acts, but they letting me commit these criminal acts because I'm feeding them this intel. And this type of shit go on, ladies and gentlemen, like all day, every day. But these type of niggas, man, that feel like they can't be touched, they get these egos, you know, that make them move real motherfucking fucked up on a chessboard. Be having them making moves they should never made. You know? So yeah, Tip. Oh, hold on. Who is playing this little girl story? Hold on.
I think he just got out of jail, or he was just about to go to jail. One of those. Because I remember the guy talking about it.
That they, you got paid and you had to sign something?
Yeah, so basically to shut up, the dude paid me $12,000. I had to sign a paper, but I signed the paper like drunk still. So I signed the paper, and I didn't have a way back home. The dude was supposed to pay for my way back home. So I wound up having to call my mom.
T.I. got suckers around him. Had to pay $12,000 for some suckers. And what they did. And you know what? It's a whole bunch of stuff that go on behind the scenes with these rappers and these groupies that we don't know about. Yeah, I wasn't zeroed in at first. When this young lady was first telling her story, I'm like, wait a minute, this ain't Tip. Like, it's something his buddies did. But you hear that girl, Sabrina Peterson, like she all up on the phone talking to the wrong people.
T.I. and Tiny are in trouble, y'all. T.I. and Tiny don't understand. This is a brand new game changer. Just like when somebody slit me across, y'all, I know y'all get to see all the angles of a nigga face now. You see why I got slit over here. But T.I. and Tiny are in big.
Wow, people's got reports up talking about they doing shows talking about what will happen to T.I. and Tiny's kids when they go to prison. This is boy, the internet is cold, man. The internet is cold.
Way better than wax. A new baby and stuff. I'm like, okay, well, can I get back to you on this offer? So he's like, sure, you can get back to me, whatever. So now, of course,
This is supposedly T.I. accusers on IG Live. Let me fix this real quick, y'all. This is T.I. accusers on IG Live. They showing their face.
like I said, I have a new baby and stuff. I'm like, okay, well, can I get back to you on this offer? So he's like, sure, you can get back to me, whatever. So now, of course, I speak to my fiance. I'm like, hey, what do you think I should do? Should I, meet up with these people? I see what they have to offer, whatever. And he's like, if you do go, I'm sure they're probably gonna have you sign something, whatever. And it's crazy because, like, as I'm seeing these stories, I'm seeing that this is exactly what they have these people do, like sign that you cannot speak about what's going on. So, like I said, I considered it because of who they are, and then I like thought back on it, like, because I myself am a rape victim from 2014. I had just questions of like, okay, so why do you want to fly me out? Like, why do you want to meet with me? Like, he's like, oh, we have a venture for you. We can speak more in person about it, whatever. But it didn't sit well with me until why these people wanted. Like, I have 2,000 followers at that time, probably less than that. So I'm like, what about me? Like, where did you know what I mean? Like, I had so many questions in my mind about what did they really want. And then,
She keeps saying they. This is another one. She keeps saying they. They reached out to her. Not T.I., they. T.I. could have some very foul niggas around him that got him up in a whole bunch of stuff.
I brought it to my family's attention. I went to my mom. I'm like, Ma, look.
I never thought that earning money
me to go. And, everybody around me is like, go. I would have did it, And like I said, I have my own family, and I'm like, well, these people are these people, and after I go and come back, like, they're still gonna have, their families and stuff. And what am I like? I don't really see what's the main reason. Like, yeah, I do sing, and every girl, like you said, has dreams to be a model and do this and do that. But after I had the phone call with the two individuals, I just didn't understand, like, what did they want from me?
Hear that? She had a phone call with the two individuals. Is this the same two individuals that ran into the 16-year-old?
Specifically, because there was no actual, it was more so, when you get here, we'll speak about it, about a venture, as you've seen. And I'm like, okay, what kind of venture? Like, what is it exactly that you guys, have in mind? And like, I'm shaking right now because I'm just so glad that I didn't go through with it, because it's so many females, as from what I could see, that has got taken advantage of. And like I said, I couldn't relate to it because I've been there. So like, when somebody actually hit me up and was like, didn't these people hit you up? And then they sent me your link. And I'm shaking. Oh my God, I'm shaking. And so that's why I started reading through the stuff, and I'm like, wow, this is so crazy. This is like so crazy. I'm shaking right now.
Oh, you said that 4 times, little mama.
So now that you're telling me about the contract, right? And people telling me about the venture, you're helping me to understand that some of these girls didn't go for. You understand? Right. You get in the presence of two people you look up to, two people that have the soundtrack to your life. You understand that? So here's your decision. We're here with you. If you want to stay with us, you need to do 2 things. You need to take a pill, and you need to compromise your spirituality and have sex. And most girls don't have the tenacity, the mindset, and or the discipline and willpower to say no in a moment that in a setting that they
hold on, because that's Sabrina Peterson up top, man. See, is she saying they? Hold on, man. We got to bring this shit back from the beginning, man, because you got to pay attention to this right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the fine print, the details. Now, Sabrina Peterson, she took that as that being Tip and Tiny. They as being them. I took they as being some dudes. You know, being some dudes from T.I.'s entourage that's luring these girls in. Because she kept saying they. Maybe she was talking about T.I. and Tiny. But let's see.
Can I get back to you on this offer? So he's like, sure, you can get back to me, whatever. So now, of course, I speak to my fiance. I'm like, hey, what do you think I should do? Should I, meet up with these people? I see what they have to offer, whatever. And he's like, if you do go, I'm sure they're probably going to have you sign something, whatever. And it's crazy because, like, as I'm seeing these stories, I'm seeing that this is exactly what they have these people do, like sign that you cannot speak about what's going on. So
she's alleging that she was contacted by some of T.I.'s people and offered hush money.
Like I said, I considered it because of who they are, and then I thought back on it, because I myself am a rape victim from 2014. I had just questions of okay, so why do you want to fly me out? Why do you want to meet with me? He's like, oh, we have a venture for you. We can speak more in person about it, whatever. But it just didn't sit well with me until why these people wanted. I have 2,000 followers at that time, probably less than that. So I'm like, what about me? Where did you know what I mean? I had so many questions in my mind about what did they really want. And then, I brought it to my family's attention. I went to my mom. I'm like, Ma, look, such and such wants me to go. And, everybody around me is like, go. I would have did it, And like I said, I have my own family. And I'm like, well, these people are these people. And
such and such wants her to go. So she alleging, I guess she talking about T.I. and Tiny. So she would still have those messages.
After I go and come back, they're still going to have, their families and stuff. And what am I, I don't really see what's the main reason. Yeah, I do sing. And, every girl, like you said, has dreams to be a model and do this and do that. But after I had the phone call with the two individuals, I just didn't understand
the two individuals.
What did they want from me specifically?
Okay, so she's referring to T.I. and Tiny. Okay. Yeah, I had to bring that back, man. I'm like, what is this girl talking? Because she don't want to say no names. She keeps saying the two individuals. She's being real careful with not saying their name, which I don't understand. I mean, if you had an actual account with these people, then you're allowed to say their names. And you should have evidence. If you told your mom, hey, man, T.I. and Tiny hitting me up, to come out there and hang with them. Mom, look at, here's the messages.
Because there was no actual, it was more so when you get here, we'll speak about it, about a venture, as you've seen. And I'm like, okay, what kind of venture? What is this exactly that you guys, have in mind? And I'm shaking right now because I'm just so glad that I didn't go through with it, because it's so many females, as from what I could see.
Oh, you didn't go through with it?
Got taken advantage of. And like I said, I couldn't.
Oh my God, these is clout chasing, man.
There. So when somebody actually hit me up and was like, didn't these people hit you up? And then they sent me your link. And I'm shaking. Oh my God, I'm shaking.
Cloud chasing.
And so that's why I started reading through the stuff, and I'm like, wow, this is so crazy.
This is cloud chasing,
This is
man.
So crazy. I'm shaking right now.
Yeah. You're shaking like Don Knotts.
So now that you're telling me about the contract, right? And people telling me the venture, you're helping me to understand that some of these girls didn't go for what they
She didn't
thought
even
they
go
were going
Blade.
for. You understand?
Right.
You get in the presence of two people you look up to, two people that have the soundtrack to your life. You understand that? So here's your decision. We're here with you. If you want to stay with us, you need to do two things. You need to take a pill, and you need to compromise your spirituality and have sex. And most girls don't have the tenacity, the mindset, and or the discipline and willpower to say no in a moment that in a setting that they feel possibly changed their whole life for them.
Right. And that's, like I said, because of the...
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. Like, because of what you said, like, I'm not gonna lie, in the instant, at the moment, a lot of, like, everything in me was like, oh, like, this is an opportunity. But it's just something that, give me 1 second, baby. It's just something that didn't sit well with me. And that's the only thing that stopped me. Like,
Oh, but I
even
guess
my
now it sit
mom
well
told
with you
me,
because
"Oh,
you're
like,
using
are
it
you
as an
crazy?
opportunity.
These are these people." Like, you know what I mean? My brothers, like, friends, everyone told me I was crazy for not taking the opportunity. Like, do you know who you could become? All you gotta do is be around the right people at the right time and get a photo taken. So it was very much so tempting. And I'm sure, like you said, other people in my situation, regular old people just trying to make a way for themselves, that's more than likely 9 times out of 10 a female's case. So it's just crazy.
All the women had morals. There's no woman that we've spoken to that didn't have morals. Now, whether she was enticed out of her morals, then that's something different. But every single one of these ladies, every single one of these victims, I'm saying, had a moral compass. But you got to think, this is temptation at the highest level.
Yes, for real. Because, like I said, honestly, the only thing that stopped me was me questioning. Well, two things was me questioning what venture, and them not being able.
The show.
What does self-care mean to you?
The show says, what is she even speaking on? Exactly, the show. She clout chasing, man. Yeah, I told you, man. We keep digging, man. You start to find out the truth. People be running their mouth and they'll clearly say something that's illogical, that don't fit in the timeline, that don't make sense. She wanna all of a sudden come forward, talk about experience she almost
My
had.
baby
Like,
is now 2. My son is
like, yeah, y'all, they try to lure me in too, but I didn't take the bait.
dates on there. So this was, so
But they're titling this on the internet as T.I. accusers on IG Live. So what is he guilty of? Sending you a message?
Help some of the victims, right? To understand, people can understand how easily lured. Like, you can see yourself, like, damn, like, especially, you know, if you're anything like me, if my mama say go, like, you feel me? Like, if my mother says go, I'm out. So,
and it's been plenty of times, like, you know, as a mom, you taking your mom's advice.
Yeah, like, you said, my mom said go, I would have been out. Like, I would have, oh shit, my mom said, let me go. You said I would have went.
Everyone told me I was crazy for not going.
Well, now you can let them know, like, no, I wasn't crazy for not going.
And I was in the process of writing you. Hopefully my best friend is on the live right now, because she was another person that was hit up by the individuals, and we literally was just speaking about it 3 weeks ago, and she was like, I don't know if she still has the.
Hey, you know what? You see, these little girls are smart, man. These little girls is clout chasing. Cause she gonna make sure she got on there, showed her face, her Instagram name, so her numbers can go up. But she's not saying one time who the individuals are that she's talking about. She keeps just saying these individuals, this person, these people. She's being very careful so T.I. and Tiny cannot file a defamation lawsuit against her. These are some crafty little girls. All for the clout. Yeah, she can't say their name because she lying through her teeth. You know, we live in a time and era where you can produce screenshots. You know, but somebody will take this story and run with it. You know, let somebody piss in their face and tell them it's raining. She kept saying, these people. She was confusing me at first. I'm like, who is she talking about? These people. She just running circles around Sabrina. Sabrina's a sucker. No wonder they talking about Sabrina looks stupid.
Messages herself, but she's really considering going. And I'm gonna speak to her if she's not on this live and tell her like, no, that is not the plan. Because just like myself, she's thinking, oh, I can, get money and
you can pipe up. You can get this. You can do that. You can have access. You can. You know what I'm saying? This. You can pipe up. Like that's what you thought. Like you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
way better than.
Right to show slander. Sabrina is a whole sucker.
Hey, this may be a good move. This may be my next best move. Like I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they got a defamation lawsuit against Sabrina. Definitely.
You're not wrong for that. No one's wrong for taking their next.
For trying to come up. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But I appreciate you for having me.
Thank you so much.
I
thank you for jumping on here right now. If you come back live or X, Y, and Z, we're going to be talking to young ladies that have been victimized to kind of just, and today was, honestly, I just want to thank like all 20, right now we're about 27 victims. I've only posted, but it looks like based upon 27. The chain of stories, we're probably going to be over 100. It's probably in the hundreds.
Yeah, especially with like the whole setup of it's venture. We can have this in line. Like, what do you do? And things
one
of
girl the one girl told me that for the 31st birthday it was 31 girls.
That's crazy.
We haven't spoken to those 31 yet. They said for the 31st birthday it was 31 girls.
And what is even more mind-boggling to me is that as a female, you should have more sympathy, more of just of a heart. You're a female. You know what it is just to have a vagina.
Yep. We're gonna this is heavy.
Yeah, I'm shaking. I'm like, I'm a little relieved. You know what I mean? Because I, was fortunate enough to, ask questions.
So I'm just gonna put some under my eye.
I don't know why they're up here neither. Stop talking about how pretty you think you were and just making it seem like you enjoying being attached to this. Some of you.
There is another alleged victim. She's going to tell her story.
You motherfuckers are fucking common as hell. You hitting the shade room with this one. I have no idea who Sabrina recruited. I have no idea. I went multiple times for money, not for drugs. I have no idea where their kids be.
This girl said she went multiple times for money.
Lil Wayne was never involved with me. Never. When I woke up alone, what was I supposed to do? What did she mean? When I woke up alone, I was fucking startled. I was naked. My phone was dead. And I was in the bed. I don't know what the fuck happened before that. I agreed to have sex for money. I did not agree to be drugged. They can sue you, baby girl. Log off. I'll sue them first. I think I should be paid. I'm not a fucking prostitute. What the fuck? I didn't have to sign any fucking papers. Those motherfuckers will pick up stragglers. She should have kept you anonymous like you asked. Yeah, these motherfuckers are crazy. But they're really out here doing this shit to girls, including me, including Sabrina, including a lot of girls. A lot of people has been victims of this shit. That shit is not cool. That shit is not cool. And then it's underage girls. Seriously, I wasn't even 21. I just turned 22. You know? And when you're fucking being manipulated and bribed with money and, you know, and then talk shit to like a dog after you won't agree to do something, that shit is serious. Then these are rich, famous people. You guys are asking me, why the fuck did you do that? Because. So do you want help or money? I'm confused. I don't want help. I don't need help. And I don't want money neither. I just want to tell my story.
You want clout.
I want to tell my story. And I want people to know that, what the fuck? You can have fun. It's alright to have fun. But it's not alright for people to take advantage of you. It's not at all. I'm poor as hell. I'm from Norfolk. Of course I was ready to take that 6 bands. Who the fuck gonna turn down 6 bands? It was regular. He wasn't aggressive with me. It was different. It wasn't aggressive. I just know that when I woke up, I was fucking in pain. I was in pain like.
He wasn't aggressive with you, but you don't remember nothing that happened.
And I didn't know what the fuck.
He paid you for a service. Drugged you. And you don't know what happened, but you telling us he wasn't aggressive with you. How you know? You just told us you don't know what happened because you was drugged.
Had happened to me. Seriously. Fuck them. Fuck T.I. Fuck Tiny. Fuck the family hustle. Them motherfuckers is motherfucking not sex trafficking, but motherfucking they think they motherfucking godfathers. I have. Yes, I got paid. I was paid. I can't remember. Yes, I got paid.
But
You're lying, your story don't even add up. Do you have herpes? The girls are saying they have it. Some of these questions I won't answer. I will no longer Am I an escort?
Look, she done froze. Look. The comments got her stuck right now. They said, do you have herpes? Because it's alleged that the other women saying they caught herpes from T.I. and Tiny. They asked her, are you an escort? She said, some of these questions I will not answer. Look, the comments got her stuck right now, like Chuck. She about to log off.
And you're trying to get more paid. Stop playing their faces, girl. I'm not playing in their faces. They're playing with people. These people should know the real them. Seriously.
Buddy. Buddy, what the fuck was going on? Buddy. Buddy. I gotta get one of these things, one of these filters. You know my face is swollen.
This is Tiny Harris and Shanika Joe, which I guess is her friend, her hairdresser of 10 years. And supposedly they're on IG Live addressing allegations.
Buddy, you can keep the phone up in the air. You ain't even gotta put the phone on you, buddy. You hear these folks, buddy? Buddy, I ain't know you had like that going on your page, man. But don't put nothing on the face. Just lift your face up. It's okay. Just hold the camera up in the face. You ain't got to put your face on here. But what I'm saying, these people crazy, buddy. You know it. I know it. I see it, man. Wow. That was some wild shit right there. Boy, did you hear him, boy? What? And for me, it was like, I'm not even going to, like, go there. I'm not even finna give you what you want, sir, because at the end of the day, who are you? I loved it. I loved it. And what's your name? Because I never seen you before in my life. And, like, people gonna think what they want to think. But, girl, me and you both know all my life I done been working my ass off. I'm probably the hardest working friend you got. You feel me? Yeah. And these folk crazy like all my life. I work and did your hair. What the hell you done did for me? How much shit I done did for you? You did shit for me, baby. A lot of shit. But I'm just saying that I had to go through a lot of shit. I had to go through all this shit just because you gave me a chance to do your damn hair. Damn. Why the fuck you put me on that TV? Buddy. Because you never I be having so much goddamn TV, baby. You know that. I just be like, when I'm gonna win? Why y'all leave me the fuck alone? They don't even know nothing about me. Listen. And I just had a whole nigga who probably get fucked in the ass sit on here and try to drag me. When that nigga watch and think he watching know everything about me, this nigga don't know nothing about me. I don't give a fuck about crying about no Gucci. These folks get on my nerve for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, what be wrong with these people? I'm so scared of them because they just be looking for stuff and just be fit. Oh, God be the Lord. I help did them, not know. Help your lost children, Father. Father, you got to help them. You got to let them see who I am, Father God. You done put me in this platform. You put me in this era. I didn't ask for it. God, I ain't never got on my knees and asked you to put me on TV, Father. You got to fix it. God, you gotta fix it if you want me to get some good to your people. I'm telling you, Father, because I don't know. I don't know what he want me to do. Well, I was quiet though. I thank God for that. You feel me? I just was still.
You did a good job.
And that was a blessing just to be still and let a fool talk.
You did a good damn job.
You gonna argue back with a fool? Fool, I can't argue with you, nigga. You need to go get a job, nigga. Cause I'm sure I just got off work. I got an appointment at 4 o'clock. Amen. I mean, that nigga got on here and disrespecting me on all levels. I'm talking about from all the way from A to Z. And I promise you, I don't even know this dude. I don't even know
think you did. I can't find my goddamn keys.
And that nigga don't know me.
Man, that was some crazy shit though. I thought he was finna get on there and show you some love. Tell you, you know what I'm saying? Talk some shit. And nigga talk some shit, all right. Hey,
oh,
baby.
he talk some shit.
When would I was
Hold up, y'all. I'm doing a different search. One of T.I. and Tiny accusers took to IG.
Tip is not my idol. He fucking whack. He got a couple good songs, little bangers. Exactly. I know I'm not lying. I'm playing his music because he had the audacity to tell me I was lying. So Buttercup gonna lie to you, Tip.
Buttercup.
Never mind why it took so long to come out.
Hold up, because they said this part 5.
I'm playing his music because I can. I don't have to explain shit. Fuck y'all. Y'all already got y'all.
Hold up, y'all. I'm doing a little investigation real quick. I want to find part 1. It's starting to look like a cold witch hunt on T.I., man. No actual evidence.
Tip is not my idol. He fucking whack. He got a couple good songs, little bangers. Exactly. I know I'm not lying. I'm playing his music because he had the audacity to tell me I was lying. So Buttercup gonna lie to you, Tip. Never mind why it took so long to come out. I'm playing his music because I can. I don't have to explain shit. Fuck y'all. Y'all already got y'all laughs off of me because y'all think I'm lying. But at this point, I feel like I don't have to explain nothing to y'all because y'all his fans and I wish a T.I. fan would. And I wish an Escape fan would. And if that pig get to tweaking, I'ma start frying bacon. Hey, let's be clear. This is my daddy house. I've been running things around here since I was 15. Hey, let's be clear. This is my daddy house. I've been running things around here since I was 15. Hey, what you say? Why you trying to get me blocked, Tel? Don't get me blocked, Tel. Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out. Hey, let's be clear. He said, well, he owe you some money. Oh, shit. Oh, dumbass got caught selling weed at school. Oh, God. Wait, I should have made that roll. Hell no, I don't stay with my mama. I got my own crib. I'm 22. It's my first crib, too. I don't give a fuck if he get my page deleted. I'm going to make another one. I don't give a fuck. I wish if that pig, I want that pig to say something. I'm not from the A. I'm from Norfolk, Virginia, Southside to be exact. Hey, let's be clear. It's my daddy house. I've been running things around here since I was 15. Y'all got me fucked up.
Cloud chasing.
I ain't posting no address. What am I post the address for? I came in your inbox. How you know them bitches ain't lying though? You get what I'm saying? How you know them bitches ain't lying? So because I said don't make me anonymous no more, I'm lying. That's what y'all trying to tell me. This not a club band. I had just came from an adventure park with my kid. It's not a club band. It's what I said was, how can y'all say that I'm lying? And it was 60 bitches. Yeah. And it was 60 bitches. Yeah, Buttercup. Let me go ahead and pin her comment. Yeah, because he was calling me Buttercup at the time. Mm-hmm. But it's 60 bitches that went in there and tried to tell a story. Out of all 60 bitches, because my face was shown, I lied. That's what y'all trying to tell me.
It is so sad that he up here trying to lie.
Somebody said y'all look like junkies. Your mama, bitch.
Oh, I ain't getting the camera. They won't fry me up.
I was made for this. I don't care. And he trying to get my page blocked.
You know damn well that friend wasn't there.
He better stop playing before I post these screenshots of him just DM me trying to pay me
to be quiet.
Exactly. Yeah.
Ain't nobody fucking lying.
Let's really get into it since y'all want to know something. If he get my page blocked, I'm going to make another one. I'm going to post some screenshots of _Troubleman31 of him trying to pay me to shut up while y'all talking about he at me. No. He want me to shut up before I tell too much. Somebody say we look like stir-fried shit. Yo mama, bitch. Somebody say make a backup page now. You would have got paid. No. See, he inboxed me before he posted that I was making false accusations about him. Okay? He DM'd me to pay me.
Somebody said talking shit, Buttercup.
Yeah, Buttercup is up here. He DM'd me to pay me to shut up about the situation because it had gotten too far. You know? Y'all think I'm alive?
They tell me I can't.
I'm not explaining shit.
Let the friend tell the story.
Post the shots while you going in if you ain't fucking. Post it. I will let him get my page blocked. Watch what I do. If matter of fact, not even if he get my page blocked. If he say something else about Bobby Playhouse, I'm gonna post these screenshots of his ass in my inbox at I think it was what 2 or 3 o'clock this morning. I mean, not this morning, this afternoon. And offered me, I ain't gonna say how much, but he offered me some cash to shut my mouth.
That motherfucker sound with Buttercup.
Yeah, Buttercup, let me pin him. If you ain't team Buttercup, get the fuck on. I wish a T.I. fan would come up on this live.
I wish I bring it back.
I wish I bring them out. Somebody say cocaine is something. Bitch, your mama on cocaine.
Y'all enjoying this clout, huh?
Why you wait this long to say something? Don't worry about it. I ain't answering none of y'all motherfucking questions. Y'all already said I lied. Fuck y'all bitches. And all y'all T.I. fans. And I'll be in the A this weekend. Yeah. I'll be in the A this weekend. I'll definitely be in the A this weekend. I wish a T.I. fan would.
Man, T.I. got to up his selection in women, man. Like point blank, period. So I guess the list just goes on and on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just typing in T.I. and Tiny accusers on Instagram. And all these videos are popping up of all these different women. And I'm like, wow. But if you notice, all of them seem ratchet. So with that being said, I guess we shall see how this all pans out. See if there's an actual court case. See if criminal charges will be actually brought against T.I. and Tiny. To see if Tiny will actually flip on T.I. and turn state's evidence for her children. You got people doing shows right now already. I told y'all that what will happen to T.I. and Tiny kids while they're in jail. You know, it seemed like they got the Ghost Book 2 scenario playing out. If Tiny go to jail, she Tasha. It's crazy, man. So yeah, I'm gone, ladies and gentlemen. My eyes over here burning. I don't know, I think I got just irritated. I keep rubbing it. And now it's just like stinging, so I'm gonna go flush my eye and rest my neck. I did 2 shows today, so I've been live on air for a few hours. But I do appreciate everybody rocking out with your boy TREE. Shout out to the show. My man Leonard. You know, King Blade as usual. Lady Jane up in the hizzle for shizzle. Shout out to Lady Lie and Lady Jane for the donation. Somebody else sent some donations. I'll announce them on the next show because I don't got my phone here right now. It's dead to the world. Shout out to all the Facebook fam that came up in here. What's my man's name? Oh yeah, George Garcia. Shout out to George Garcia. Yay. And everybody else who's up in this thing. I can't even remember right now because my eyes stinging. I barely can see the screen. I'm over here squinting. Yeah, the show, man, she happy for the attention, man. I think a lot of these ladies are, man. They got this new drug out there called clout. And it's very, very addictive. It's highly addictive. People are willing to do and say anything for it. And I'm talking about anything. Just to get a dose of that clout. Their clicks and views go up. So that's the world that we living in. And shit, with that alone, people should just, switch up how they move, period. You gotta adjust, with the times. Protect yourself from different shit coming at you. Or from being involved in some frivolous shit. Maybe T.I. will get over these allegations. They'll get all proved wrong. And they'll give him back his TV shows. He come back bigger, better, and stronger. And, he learned how to just sleep with his wife, goddammit, because that'll solve all the problems. If you're not satisfied with Tiny, then nigga, you need to move on. That'll be better to save you some grief instead of putting your family in this cold predicament you got them in right now, because this is a cold predicament, man. I know you feeling this shit, T.I. From that fatherly perspective. Like, damn, what I done got my family in for my selfish greed, for my selfish horniness. That's what this shit boiled down to, nigga. You being super horny, nigga. Sometimes you gotta make sacrifices. You gotta let some things go. Or do like my nigga Blaze say, man. Go overseas. Stop being in your backyard messing with these ratchet women. Ain't no way in hell. You niggas messing with these women thinking they finna honor these NDAs you got them to sign in, these non-disclosure agreements. I done heard numerous stories where women supposedly signed an NDA way back in the day. But voila, there's the invention of the internet, where everybody get on here and tell all their motherfucking business and chase clout. And lo and behold, women who done signed NDAs back in the day is on the internet today telling their story. So what weight does that really hold in the end if the woman just gonna tell on you? Start going to mess with women who provide these services, man. It's women who out there who provide all types of sexual services. I'm talking about for any imagination possible. Anything you can conjure up in your imagination, fellas. And I'm talking about like the wealthy men out there, men of stature, men, successful men, men who got really something to lose. Go out there and seek these women out, man. Stop messing with the women that you work with, the women that you rub elbows with, the women that you see every day. It's women out there who perform these type of services where they ain't got to sign no NDA because they gonna keep it business. The exchange of money is the NDA for them, where they know to keep their mouth shut and just keep it business. And you get paid, they get paid for their little freaky deaky services, and you happy. You a happy camper. But yeah, that's what you're guilty of, T.I. You're guilty of backwards pimping and moving like a sucker. And we don't know if all this stuff is true or not, but for the simple fact that you move like a sucker in the beginning, it has led to all this dumb shit coming out here right now. Yay, and that's my take on it. And I appreciate everybody rocking out with your boy TREE today. I'm gonna go tend to my eye, go flush it a couple of times, and we'll be back tomorrow. I got another hot story for y'all. Party people out there, have a good one. Until next time, peace.